Have you ever woken up and felt like your legs were carrying the weight of time itself? Not from a restless night, but from your body whispering that something has changed. What once felt easy, getting out of bed, stretching to greet the morning, walking to the mailbox, now seems strangely harder. And maybe, just maybe, you've told yourself, this is just aging. I should get used to it. But what if I told you, you don't have to slow down? The truth is, aging isn't a sentence, it's a gentle reminder. A quiet nudge to care for your body with wisdom, not weariness. And the good news? You don't need expensive treatments or intense routines to reclaim your vitality. Just 5 simple steps, small, doable changes that can gently restart the rhythm of life within you. In this video, I'll guide you through 5 powerful habits that can help you regain your energy, improve flexibility, and rediscover that quiet joy of simply feeling good again. No pressure, no overhauls. But if you stay with me until the end, I'll share 2 final tips, compact yet powerful, that could reset your body's rhythm and renew your sense of well-being. Picture a version of yourself strong, energized, and confidently walking your familiar path. You can get closer to that version starting today. Direct hit, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Because this journey to better health doesn't stop with one video, it's an exciting adventure we'll walk together. If today's message resonates with you, leave a like and share it with someone you care about. And hey, drop a 1 in the comments if you're ready to join the ride. Or a 0 if you think we can do better. I welcome every word. 1. Sleep, when silence becomes a miracle. There are things in life we ignore when we're young, only to realize, as we age, they weren't just important, they were essential to our well-being. Sleep is one of those things. Not rushed naps, not restless nights with phones in hand, but true, deep, healing sleep, like an embrace that cradles your body after a long, tiring day. Sleep, a sacred space for body and mind. As the sun sets and the world winds down, your body doesn't simply stop. It shifts into one of its most powerful modes: restoration. Immune cells patrol and repair. Your heart gets time to rest. Your brain begins filing memories, discarding clutter. Your emotions gently find their way back into balance. Sleep is not doing nothing. It's doing everything in silence. The subtle shifts of aging. As we grow older, sleep becomes fragile. You might wake at 2 a.m. with no clear reason. Not from noise. Not from light. Just a quiet restlessness stirring from deep within. You lay awake, wondering, why can't I fall asleep? And in the morning, fatigue lingers. Your body aches. Your mind feels cloudy. Your patience runs thin. You're not alone. Millions of people in midlife and beyond experience the same silent struggle. But here's the good news: sleep can be reclaimed. You don't need pills. You don't need to turn your world upside down. What you need is to rebuild your rhythm gently and intentionally. Treat sleep not as the end of the day, but as a ritual of self-respect. Just like preparing a table for a loved one, prepare your space for rest. Start small. Dim the lights. Disconnect from all screens. Sip a warm, caffeine-free tea. Play soft nature sounds or calming music. Light a candle or diffuse calming essential oils. In the last 30 minutes before bed, create a space for stillness inside and out. Sleep is a healer of the heart, the mind, the body. Without it, our inner systems, especially with age, fall out of sync. Poor sleep disrupts hormones, weakens immunity, raises blood pressure, and chips away at mental clarity. Just one night of unrest can ripple through your whole week. But one good night can begin your healing. A friend of mine in his 70s once shared, "I used to think sleep meant shutting down. Now I know it's when my body does its best work." He started keeping a sleep journal. Every night, he wrote a few lines of gratitude. He put down his phone, let go of worries, and embraced the dark as a place of peace. A few weeks later, he told me, "I don't just sleep better. I feel younger." So ask yourself, have you been honoring your sleep? Or have you treated it as a leftover after stress, screens, and scrolling? Tonight, change that. Let sleep become an act of self-kindness, a quiet promise that says, I deserve peace. I've done enough. And tomorrow, I will rise better. Because if what you seek is more energy, sharper focus, a lighter heart, sleep is where it all begins. No special tools. No waiting for the perfect time. Just your willingness to pause, breathe, and let your body do what it was born to do. Tonight, let sleep be the gift you give yourself. And tomorrow, greet the morning as someone reborn. 2. Don't stay seated too long, how small movements can save your future. There is a silent enemy that lives in our homes, our offices, and even our favorite coffee shops. It doesn't shout. It doesn't hurt at first. It simply convinces you to sit, to stay seated, and not to get up. We are living in the age of stillness. A time when sitting has become the default from the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep. We sit to eat. We sit to work. We sit to scroll, to relax, to unwind, after a long day of already sitting. Sitting innocent on the surface, but deeply damaging inside. Have you ever noticed how hard it becomes to get up as you grow older? It's not just age. It's your body slowly adjusting to stillness. When you sit too long, blood flow slows down, especially in the legs. Muscles weaken in glutes, thighs, lower back. Joints stiffen. And the heart works harder to circulate blood. Even in midlife, sitting more than 7 to 8 hours daily can raise your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. The cost of short-term comfort is long-term dependence. Imagine one day, you want to make tea, but your knees won't let you. You want to walk in the park, but your legs don't move like they used to. You want to travel, take the stairs, live freely. But your body whispers, not anymore. It didn't start at old age. It started with those hours you sat each day, for years. And it doesn't stop at the body, your mind feels it too. Less movement means lower levels of dopamine and endorphins, the very chemicals that make you feel good. You feel sluggish, unmotivated, disconnected. And so, you sit even more. The cycle deepens, and soon, anxiety creeps in. Sleep gets worse. Focus fades. Even your memory suffers. Here's the good news, you don't need a gym. You don't need fancy tools. You just need to stand up. That's it. Stand up and let your body do what it was designed to do. Move. You don't need to run. You don't need to sweat buckets. You just need small breaks of motion throughout your day. A few simple habits can change everything. Walk around the room every 30 minutes. Stand while talking on the phone. Walk over instead of sending a message. Put your water bottle further away. Stretch during commercial breaks. Just 5 minutes of gentle movement per hour can boost blood flow, reduce spinal pressure, and refresh your mind. Tiny movements, big returns. Research shows just 15 minutes of daily walking can reduce your risk of early death by up to 22%. And it's not just about longer life, it's about better life. More independence. Less pain. More joy in everyday motion. Because when you can rise, you have freedom. When you can walk, you have dignity. And when you move, you stay alive, fully. One final message, honest and powerful. Modern life makes sitting too easy. But that means you must choose movement deliberately, daily. Not for anyone else. For you. For your future. Because you deserve more than just comfort. You deserve strength. You deserve vitality. You deserve to walk into your later years with pride, not pain. Movement is life. And every small step you take today is your body saying, I choose health. I choose freedom. I choose to move forward. 3. Soaking up sunshine, a natural prescription for body and soul. Every morning, as the sky slowly shifts from gray to pale gold, sunlight begins its quiet journey across our world. That first warm touch on your skin isn't just pleasant, it's powerful. A quiet reminder that energy, healing, and connection are always within reach. Yet somehow, we've forgotten. We live indoors. We work under artificial lights. We move from car to couch to screen. We think we're safe. But our bodies know better. Sunlight is more than warmth. It is nature's vitamin, our primary source of vitamin D, essential for strong bones, resilient muscles, a balanced immune system, and yes, even our mood and mental clarity. As we age, our skin's ability to produce vitamin D declines. And with every day spent away from the sun, our bodies quietly lose a chance to rebuild. But here's the beautiful truth. Just 10 to 20 minutes in the morning sun, before 9 a.m. or after 3 p.m., can spark your body's natural vitamin D engine. No pills, no equipment, no extra cost. Simple, gentle, and profoundly healing. Sunlight triggers the release of serotonin, your body's natural feel-good chemical. It regulates your internal clock, improves sleep, lifts your mood, and eases stress. Each time you greet the sun, you're not just helping your body. You're honoring a sacred ritual, a daily homecoming to life itself. Step outside. Sit on the porch. Let the golden light rest on your face. Breathe. Feel your body remember. Recharge. It's good for your bones, your muscles, your mind, your soul. Why deny yourself something so simple and so powerful? And if it's been a while, if illness, fear, or routine has kept you inside, start small. Just one step to the balcony. Just one moment by the window. Just one errand on a sunny day. Remember, this is your power. You don't have to wait for a wake-up call. You can choose now to rise, to reconnect, and to renew. Because even one moment in the sun can help you find a part of yourself that's been forgotten. And on days when the sky is gray and the sun hides behind clouds, don't forget, natural light still finds its way to you. Open the curtains. Let it in. Sit close to the window. Let your skin remember warmth, and your soul remember brightness. This small act of light can carry you through darker hours. Because health isn't built in bursts, it's nurtured in rituals. One sunlit breath at a time. One moment of warmth, repeated. One simple choice to step toward the light. Every day, your body is asking, will you give me a little sunshine? Let the answer be yes. Every time you choose sunlight, you're choosing life. Modern life teaches us to seek healing in pills, treatments, and high-tech solutions. But sometimes, the most powerful remedies are ancient, free, and right outside our door. Sunlight is one of them. It doesn't just warm your skin. It wakes up your biology. It tunes your cells. It speaks to the deepest rhythms of who you are. Think about it. From the moment life began on Earth, sunlight has been the ultimate source of energy, shaping life itself. And that hasn't changed. Your body still listens to the sun. Your circadian rhythm, the internal symphony. Every system in your body follows a clock, your heart, your brain, your hormones, even your digestion. And that clock takes its cues from light. When you step into the morning sun, you're sending a signal to every cell. It's time to begin. Cortisol rises, not the stress kind, but the healthy wave that wakes you up. Melatonin drops so you feel alert. And at night, your brain knows when to reverse it because it remembers the daylight. Sunlight sets the rhythm that governs your energy, sleep, hunger, memory, even your mood. Without light, that rhythm frays. And so do you. Sunlight and mental health. There's a reason why people in northern countries often feel down in winter. It's not just the cold. It's the lack of light. Seasonal affective disorder, SAD, is real, and sunlight is one of the most powerful, natural ways to ease it. Even if you're not depressed, low light can fog your thinking, slow your motivation, and dampen your joy. But when you step outside even briefly, the effect can be immediate. Just a few rays of light, and your brain starts to shift. Clarity. Calm. Connection. It's like flipping a natural switch. bone strength, immunity, and inflammation. We often talk about calcium for strong bones. But calcium can't work without vitamin D, and vitamin D needs sunlight. Older adults with low vitamin D levels are at higher risk for fractures, falls, and chronic inflammation. Vitamin D also helps regulate over 1,000 genes, many involved in immunity and cell repair. More sun means more strength, not just physically, but at the cellular level. How to build a sunlight routine. You don't need to move to a beach house or spend hours tanning. Just start with 10 to 15 minutes in the morning sun, arms and face uncovered. Take your morning tea outside, walk a few blocks after breakfast, open a window. Let the sun fall on your hands, tend to your garden, sweep your balcony, or simply sit and breathe. And remember, sun through a window doesn't count. Your skin needs direct contact with the light to synthesize vitamin D. Even cloudy days provide beneficial light. Make it a ritual. A rhythm. A quiet act of self-respect. Track the change. Try this for 1 week. Each morning, write down how you feel after 10 minutes in the sun. Just one sentence. You might notice deeper sleep that night, a calmer tone throughout your day, more energy, less coffee needed, a subtle but growing sense of joy. These are signs. Proof. Your body is responding. Because it always has. It just needed the light to speak again. Final reflections. In a world filled with noise, the sun speaks quietly. It doesn't demand. It waits. All it asks is that you step into it. That you allow yourself to pause and be warmed. Let this be your invitation. Not just to receive sunlight, but to remember that you, too, are part of nature. You are light sensitive. Light fed. Light born. Even one small moment in the sun can be a return to balance, to breath, to a body ready to live. So tomorrow morning, step out. Let your shadow fall behind you. Let your skin drink in the gold. Let the world meet you again. And let the light remind you, you're still here. Still growing. Still worthy of warmth. Your legs, the foundation beneath every step. There comes a moment of quiet, almost imperceptible, when you notice it takes just a little more effort to rise from a chair. Perhaps your knees creak, or your balance wavers for a split second. It doesn't feel dramatic. But inside, something shifts. It's not weakness, it's your body signaling you to slow down and listen. Our legs, once pillars of strength, engines of adventure, become quieter with age. Not because they're giving up, but because they need a different kind of attention. And in that quiet, there's an invitation to return, to reconnect, to rebuild. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need high-tech gear. What you need is intention. A few minutes a day. A soft but steady promise to your body, I will move. You see, the body doesn't forget. Even after years of sitting too long or avoiding movement out of fear or fatigue, your muscles remember. They're waiting. And when you start gently, consistently, they respond. Try this, the next time you're seated, pause. Plant your feet firmly. Press down. Stand up slowly, with control. That simple act, done a few times, is not just an exercise. It's a conversation with your body. Lift one leg while seated. Hold. Switch sides. Swing your arms. Roll your ankles. Step side to side. These movements may seem small, but their impact is monumental. You're waking up systems that have been idle. You're reigniting coordination, blood flow, confidence. Add a resistance band if you want more. Or try toe raises at the kitchen counter. Balance on one leg while brushing your teeth. Dance a little while waiting for the kettle to boil. Movement is not limited to workouts, it lives in your rituals. What matters isn't how hard you push. It's how often you return. Because progress, real progress, is made in the repetition. The beauty of these exercises is not in burning calories, but in reclaiming your rhythm, your groundedness. Over time, the little things become big changes. You'll walk across a room without gripping the wall. You'll bend down to pick something up and rise with ease. You'll feel steadier, lighter, more in control. And perhaps most importantly, you'll begin to trust your legs again. You'll remember that they are not a burden. They are your base. They are the beginning and the return point. Let every movement be an act of self-care. Let every repetition be a quiet victory. Let every step affirm, I still choose vitality. And if the journey feels long, take heart, you're not walking it alone. With every mindful motion, you are strengthening more than muscle, you're strengthening your sense of agency. So yes, start small. But start today. Start while you're watching TV. While you're waiting for coffee. While the sunlight pours through your window and the world outside quietly calls, come walk with me. Even just 5 minutes a day, 5 intentional minutes, can alter the course of your aging. And as those minutes add up, something inside you changes. You move through your day not in fear of falling, but in the freedom of rising. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are right on time to reclaim what has always been yours: movement, energy, strength. It's not about looking younger. It's about living fuller. So move gently, bravely, joyfully. Your legs are listening. 5. Rediscovering your inner balance, the transformative power of yoga and Tai Chi. Time, as it flows, gifts us with wisdom. But it also carries with it a quiet burden, the subtle wear and tear of our physical bodies. We gain perspective, resilience, and grace, yet we also begin to feel the stiffening of joints, the shortening of breath, and the gradual retreat of ease in motion. Rising from a chair becomes less automatic. Bending over to pick something up asks for more effort than before. The body we've lived in and traveled with, worked with, celebrated and wept in, begins to resist us. But what if I told you that resistance doesn't mean resignation? What if there were a way, not loud or forceful, but quiet and deliberate, to not only regain control, but to flourish again? Not to defy aging, but to move in harmony with it? That path exists. And it's one many have overlooked in the rush of modern fitness routines. That path is yoga and Tai Chi. These two ancient practices are not reserved for the young, the athletic, or the exceptionally flexible. They are not exclusive. In fact, they may be two of the most welcoming, adaptable, and compassionate disciplines available to the human body, regardless of where you're starting from. Whether you're 50, 70, or 90, yoga and Tai Chi meet you right where you are. They don't ask you to be more than you are. They invite you to begin. And that invitation, that quiet, profound invitation, can be life-changing. Just a few minutes a day of intentional movement and breath can open doors that you thought were closed. They can rekindle balance, restore coordination, and reconnect you with parts of yourself that felt distant. Tai Chi, with its slow, graceful movements, almost feels like a dance between you and the breeze. It's not about speed or strength. It's about flow. It's about being present. The way your hands move through the air, the shift of weight from one foot to another, each gesture is like a meditation in motion. And when you practice Tai Chi regularly, it's as if the noise in your mind begins to settle. You feel grounded, rooted like a tree, and yet light, like a leaf floating calmly. Yoga brings something equally beautiful, an inward journey that encourages you to listen to your body with compassion, not criticism. You don't need to twist into impossible shapes. You don't need a perfectly aligned pose. What matters is how it feels, not how it looks. Holding a gentle stretch. Breathing deeply. Allowing yourself to be still. These are small revolutions in a world that constantly demands motion and output. And in that stillness, strength grows. Balance returns. And confidence quietly rebuilds itself. You don't need a gym. You don't need an expensive mat. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're doing it right. You only need a small space, a few minutes, and the willingness to begin. Imagine this: you're standing barefoot on the floor of your living room. The morning light streams through the curtains. You raise your arms gently above your head, inhaling slowly. As you exhale, you bend forward slightly, feeling your spine release tension. The world quiets for a moment. It's just you and your breath. That is yoga. Or picture yourself in the park, the wind brushing your cheeks as your hands slowly carve circles through the air. Each movement a story, each shift in weight a conversation between mind and body. That is Tai Chi. And as you continue day after day, something beautiful happens. You feel lighter, more balanced, more aware. You're not simply working out. You're tuning in. These practices don't just stretch your limbs, they stretch your perspective. They teach patience. They invite grace. And what's more powerful than that in a world so eager to rush? When yoga or Tai Chi becomes part of your routine, even in small ways, you're not only exercising muscles. You're regulating breath. You're calming your nervous system. You're building resilience, physical and emotional. The gentle flow of Tai Chi supports circulation, joint health, and coordination. It trains your balance, subtly but profoundly, making every walk across the room or step off a curb feel just a bit more secure. Yoga nourishes your spine, strengthens your core, and builds awareness. Your posture begins to open. Your breath deepens. Your confidence grows, not because of how you look, but because of how you feel. And perhaps the most beautiful truth is this: there is no perfect way to practice. No race. No scoreboard. Just you, your intention, and the time you give yourself. So the next time you're brushing your teeth, lift your heels and balance gently. While waiting for your tea to steep, raise your arms and stretch. During a quiet moment in the afternoon, sit, close your eyes, and breathe. Each small act becomes a seed planted in the soil of your well-being. And over time, those seeds grow into something resilient. Something graceful. Something deeply alive. So if you've been wondering whether to start, let this be your sign. Not just to stretch or to move, but to remember that you deserve to feel connected to yourself. Age does not disqualify you. In fact, it enriches the practice. Every breath, every step, every stretch is layered with experience, story, and strength. Whether you're brand new to yoga or Tai Chi, or returning after time away, know this: you're not late. You're right on time. Let this day be the first step or the next step in your return to wholeness. Because in the end, the goal isn't perfection. It's presence. Not flexibility, but freedom. Not performance, but peace. You deserve that peace. Thank you for walking this path with me. If you've made it this far, take a moment to breathe. Not just a shallow breath, but a real one, deep, slow, and grounding. Let it sink in. Because what we've just explored together isn't a trend. It's not a fitness fad or a temporary fix. It's a quiet revolution, a return to something your body has always known, and your spirit has longed for. You now carry with you 5 powerful gifts. The strength of walking again with purpose. The steady rhythm of standing and sitting with intention. The rooted power of strong, flexible legs. The silent transformation of movement-based practices. And the deep serenity of yoga and Tai Chi. Each one is a thread, and when woven together, they form the fabric of a more empowered, vibrant you. So here's what I ask. Don't let this be just another video you watch and forget. Let it be a beginning. Start with just one practice. Choose the one that speaks to your body today. Maybe it's standing from a chair with control. Maybe it's 5 slow breaths in a Tai Chi pose. Maybe it's a stretch before bed. And let that one act become your anchor. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 steps resonated most with you? Type "I'm ready" in the comments so I know you're walking this path too. And if this message stirred something in you even a little, please consider supporting this channel. Hit like to help others discover this message. Share it with someone you care about, someone who might be searching for hope in their own journey. And subscribe for more gentle, empowering guides designed for real people, just like you. Because healing isn't a race. And strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it whispers through your breath, and moves gently through your fingertips. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Until next time, stay grounded, stay kind to yourself, and keep moving, one breath at a time.